Hello everyone, in this video I will show you how I created this broken glass effects that you can see in here using Adobe Photoshop. But before we're gonna do that, make sure to subscribe and comment and leave a like. Alright, so let's get to it. Okay, so let's go and open Photoshop, and then I will go to File, New, and I will keep the resolution set to 4000, the height 3500, 72 in the resolution, and RGB in the color mode, and I will press OK. Alright, now the first thing that we are going to do is to create a background. So I will go to Adjustment, and I will choose Gradient. As you can see, we have colors to transparent in the gradient, so I will one click and open the Gradient Editor. And then I will select this color stop in here, and I will keep the color set to this blue, and I'll press OK. And then in here, as you can see, it's transparent, so I'm gonna select this color stop that is in top, and I will set it to 100% opacity. And then I will select the color stop under it, and I will change the color to a lighter blue, something like that, maybe a little bit lighter, and I will press OK and OK. Now I'm gonna change the styling to radial, and I will reverse it to have the lighter color in the center, and I will change the scaling to 120%, and I will press OK. Alright, next I will apply a noise layer, so I will create a new layer, and I will call it noise, and then I'm gonna fill it with 50% gray, so I'm gonna press Shift F5, and I will choose 50% gray in the content, and I will press OK. Now I will go to filter, and I will choose noise, add noise. I will keep the amount set to 25, uniform, and monochromatic check, and I will press OK. Next I will go to filter, and I will choose blur, and I will add a little bit of Gaussian blur, like 1 pixel radius, and I will press OK. Now I will change the blending mode of this to hard light, and I will lower the opacity to like 40%, something like that. Alright, now we have the background is ready. I will just group everything together, and I will call this BG for background. Now we'll go to my file, and I already have the model image cut, so I'm just gonna open the PSD of the cutout, and I will drag the model image in here, and I will close this one in here, and I will place the image somewhere around here. Okay, yeah, perfect. Now I'm gonna right click and choose Convert to Smart Object, and I will call this main image. Alright, now the idea is to have some broken glass in here flying, and I also want to add a little bit of shattered glass in the background, and I'm gonna blur them a little bit. So let's start with the flying broken glass. So I will go back to my file, and by the way, you will find all this in a link where you can download all this for free. But if you want the main PSD and the other PSDs that will be available only for the Patreon member and also the YouTube members, but all this texture, it will be available for free for you guys. Alright, even this one in here. So I'm just gonna double click on this glass PSD in here, that I already have it in here set to be used directly for this project. So as you can see, I already have in here everything in here cut and ready to be used. So I'm just gonna take it and drag it to the other tab, like that. And I will close this one. Alright, now I'm gonna place every glass of this where I want. So to do that, I'm just gonna press Ctrl and select this glass, for example. And then I'm gonna press Ctrl Command T, and I will move it as right here. And I will do the same thing for the other ones. Alright, something like that, and of course you can always go back and modify this if you want. Alright, now the idea actually is to put a part of the image in each one of these one in here that we have. In total we have 6, so I want to put the same image, or you can use other images if you want to put them as a reflection of the glass in here. Alright, so To do that, we need to make a copy of the main image like 6 times. So I'm gonna press Ctrl Command J 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I will name every one of them. Let's see. Alright, now we have them all named. Now, the idea in here is actually to make each one of these with the same shape of the glass. We're gonna apply it as a layer mask. And I already have in the glass folder in here the alpha glass of each glass in here. As you can see, glass 1, glass 2 until 6. All of them, they have their own alpha and they are linked to each other. So if you move one, the other layer, it will move with it. Alright, so let's start with the glass 6. I'm gonna press Ctrl or Command, and I will one click on this glass 6 alpha, which is this one, and I will make the 6 image available, and I'm gonna apply a layer mask on it by one click on this layer mask, and as you can see, we have a layer mask applied with the same shape. And to move the image separately, you need to unlink this link between the layer and the image. And to do that, it's quite simple. You can just one click on it and then select the main image and press Ctrl Command T and make it wherever you want. You can even right click and make it to flip vertical, and maybe you can make it look that it's flipped like this, like that. Yeah, I think I will keep it something like this. I think it looks interesting. You can also make it smaller if you want. Yeah, something like that. So I think I like that. And I will one click on this check mark. Alright, so I will keep doing that. Alright, as you can see, I have now all the shape in here set as a layer mask. So let me actually group everything together by selecting the first image, which is the 6th one, and then I'm gonna press Shift and select the other one, number 1, and then I'm gonna press Ctrl Command G, and I will call this images. Alright, so as you can see, now we have everything in here set to the group, but I think I'm gonna drop down the opacity of all of them to around 90% to give them that little bit of fade. Something like that. I think 90% it will look good. Alright. Next, I will go back to my file and I will open one of these glasses. This broken glass, maybe this one. So I'm just gonna drag it and open it directly. And I will make it a little bit bigger. And this one I will put it under the main image. And then I'm gonna change the blender mode of this to screen. And as you can see, it will blend perfectly. And then I'm gonna press Ctrl Command T again, and I will make it a little bit bigger to have that dramatic shattered glass in the background. Maybe I will rotate it a little bit to see the perfect placements of this. Yeah, I think I will put it around here, and then I'm gonna go to Filter, Blur, and I will apply a Gaussian blur. Quite a bit to have it blurred in the background, but not that much. Maybe 15 pixels, I think it looks perfect. Now I will go back to my file and I will open the other one, this one. So I'm just gonna drag it and open it in here. And I will change the blending mode again to screen. And I will make it bigger. Maybe rotate it a little bit. Yeah, something like that. And then I will go back to filter again, blur, Gaussian blur, and I will keep it 15. And the last one, I think I will put it around here. So I will go and open this one. So I will change the blender mode of it to screen again. And again, I will make it bigger. Yeah, something like that. And again, filter, blur, Gaussian blur. Yeah, I will keep it 15 pixels. Maybe a little bit down. Like 12. And I will press OK. Alright, if you think this is too much, you can always delete one of them. But for the tutorial, I think I will keep, maybe I will move this one. Maybe I will replace it with something like this. I think it will look more interesting. Alright, I think it looks nice. I'm not really sure about this one, so I'm just gonna keep playing with it. Alright, so something like this, I think it will work. Now I want actually to add another one that it will be a little bit smaller in the front of all of them. I'm just gonna change the blending mode to screen, and this one I'm not gonna add any blur to it. Just gonna place it right here and make it visible like that. Alright, so something like this, I think it looks good. And of course you can always change the position of each one if you want. Alright, now I want to actually to make some of these glasses go behind the model image. Maybe this one, and maybe one of these two in here. Alright, so let's start with this one in here. So I'm just gonna press Ctrl and one click, and it's the number 4. So I will go to number 4 image, and I will go to the model image, the main image, and I'm gonna press Ctrl Command and one click, and this will load the selection. And using a brush with a black color, I will delete from the image in here, and I will do the same with the glass 4 layer in here. I will make sure to invert the selection. Alright, something like that, and now it looks like it's behind the model. Alright, so I will do the same for, let's see, maybe this one. So this one, I'm gonna press Ctrl Command and one click to select it. It's the glass 5. So I will do the same. I will go to the glass 5 in here, the image 5, and I will load the selection of the model. And again, using a brush, I will delete, and I will go to the glass 5 and I will do the same, just like that. And now we have it behind the model image, just to give it a little bit of dimension. Alright, now just gonna apply some adjustments, and that will be all. Alright, so let me actually make everything in here clean. So I'm just gonna select all this broken glass, and I will make them as a group, and I will call this glass. Let's call it glass 2. Alright, now we'll go and apply a gradient map. So I will go to adjustments and choose gradient map, and I will change the colors of the gradient, maybe this blue. I will make it a little bit darker, somewhere around here, and I will press OK, and I will select the second color stop, and I will apply like a brownish, between brown and yellow color, something like this. I think it will look really nice. Yeah, something like that. I think I like that. Maybe I will make it a little bit lighter, and I'll press OK, OK. Now I'm gonna change the blending mode of this to soft light, and I will put the opacity set to 0, and I will go up a little bit to see where I want this to be, and maybe something like that, around 40%. I think it looks really nice. Now the other thing that I want to do is to add a little bit of fade to the whole image. So to do this, I will go back to adjustment and I will choose solid color, and I will change this, the blending mode of this to exclusion, and I will change the color to something like yellowish to orangey color, something like that, maybe desaturate it, and I will press OK, and then I will drop down the opacity, and I will make it around 14%, just to have that fade of the image. Alright, next I will add another layer on top, and I will call this light, and then I will go to gradient in here, and I'm gonna sample a color from the background. For example, in here I'm gonna sample this color, and as you can see I have the gradient in here set to color to transparent, and also in here I have it set to radial. Alright, and then I'm just gonna go to the ear, and I will one click and drag to make this color in here, and I will change the blending mode of this to screen, and I will do the same in this area. I will sample color of the background, and I will one click and drag, and because we have it set to screen, it will add a very nice light to the whole thing. And maybe in this part in here I will sample this color, and I will one click and drag, and one more maybe in this part, one click and drag. Alright, now I will do one more in this part in here because it's a little bit dark, one click and drag, and then I'm gonna drop down the opacity to like 70% or 60%. Alright, I think it looks really nice. Now I want to add a little bit of blur to the whole image, and to do that we need to make a stamp visible layer. And to make one, you need to press Ctrl Shift Alt E all together on your keyboard, or Command Shift Option E all together, and then you can make a stamp visible layer, and let's call this blur. And then I'm gonna right click and convert it to smart object just in case, and then I would go to Filter, Blur Gallery, and I will choose Iris Blur. Alright, so I'm gonna make this circle a little bit wider because I don't want the blur to affect the main image, and I will go a little bit exaggerated with the blur around 45. And if I press Alt or Option, I can actually adjust this point in here alone. You can see, you can pull it up or down, and maybe I will make the circle a little bit wider, and I will press Alt or Option, and I will make it a little bit here to make this effect in here, and I will do the same for this part, maybe a little bit inside, and this one I will put it a little bit outside, and this one too. Alright, and I will do the same for this part in here because I want to be a little bit inside for this part in here. Alright, I'm happy with this, so I will keep it like this, and I will press OK. Alright, now let's group everything together, and let's see before and after the adjustments. Yeah, I think it looks really neat, and that would be our tutorial. So I hope that you enjoy and you like this tutorial and it was a little bit helpful for you. Don't forget to subscribe and comment, and wait for more tutorials to come, and have a nice day. Thank you for watching.